Hey guys, in this video let's check out the sound quality of 5 of these headphones. And to help me do that, I have connected this binaural microphone from 3D-IO to this Rodecaster Pro 2 mixer via 2 XLR cables for the 2 microphones on 2 of the ears of 3D-IO coming into 2 separate channels on the Rodecaster. The first channel has been panned to the left and the second channel has been panned to the right all the way. This means you will hear the sound coming into the left and right ears of the 3D-IO mic separately like you would with your own ears. While this is not a substitute to trying out the headphones personally, but this is a very good way to understand the soundstage, the difference in sound quality, the sound signature and distortion levels. So it is highly recommended that you get your best pair of headphones to pick up the intricate details we are about to discuss in this video. Also, while testing, I only used my iPhone to stream audio over Bluetooth while the headphones had their volume level at 100%. I have also set their equalizer to their default settings and had their ANC on, except of course the Edifier Stax S3, which does not have ANC. Now without further ado, let's hear the sound samples of all the headphones side by side. Alright, hope you enjoyed that, and now let me dive into one headphone at a time. Let's first talk about the Edifier Stax S3. The first thing to notice is that even at 100% volume level, the sound has no distortion, which should come as no surprise as this is the only headphone here that uses a planar magnetic driver. So that's why they get an upper hand over other dynamic driver headphones. Also, they're able to reveal a lot of detail about the track as all the frequencies sounds very sharp and accurate. So if you want to do some critical listening with a headphone that can give you a flat response like you would get from your in-room monitor speakers, I would highly recommend the Edifier Stax S3. Now let's move on to the Bathys and Wilkins PX8. The PX8 are the most bass heavy of all the headphones that we got here today. They have a good kick and thump in bass, and I absolutely love the full-bodied sound that I got every time when I played any music on them. Though they have not muddied any sound with their powerful bass response yet, but they do have a tendency to borderline flirt with it. The PX8 also is the most loudest of the lot, and hence why it gives the feeling that it also has a bigger soundstage. So I think it will be good for people who like to listen to a lot of EDM or hip-hop. Next, talk about the focal Bathys. Honestly speaking, before this test, I thought that the focal Bathys are the loudest, but I guess I stand corrected as that crown is reserved for the PX8. But even then, the Bathys are second in line for having a wider soundstage and for being able to produce more volume. However, they produce a much more cleaner sound than the PX8. And while they are not bass heavy and has a neutral sound profile, I like the way the bass response is still boomy while still making the trebles sound sharp and clear. They are buttery smooth from bottom to low mid-range, hence why this again is another headphone that I would recommend for people who would like to do critical listening. Also, if you like to listen to music with a lot of instruments in the mid-range frequency like Tool or Porcupine Tree or even jazz or anything that needs a defined difference between bass and snare will sound excellent through the focal Bathys. Okay, moving on to number 4 in our list, and that is the Master & Dynamics MW75. This is a headphone that has a warm sound signature, but still they make all genres sound very good. However, I think in modern music productions, the frequency range in the upper treble where you find sibilance was slightly too sharp for me. So that's why I personally do not use them for critical listening. And the bass range, while they are not as loud as the PX8, the MW75 still sounds boomy. For me, the standout feature of the MW75 is their soundstage, because I really like the stereo impressions of these headphones, and the depth gradation was also top notch, as it was 3-dimensional. And the overall balance and tuning of the equalizer also has been done really well, which makes the MW75 always sound very dynamic, particularly in tracks with a lot of complexity. And now let's discuss the lucky last, the Beoplay H95 from Bang & Olufsen. This is the only dynamic driver headphone that can closely match the accuracy level you will hear on a planar magnetic driver headphone. They also have a balanced sound profile, so they have the ability to play all genres of music very nicely. Particularly classical music, podcast or rock in general will sound very good. However, the bass remains very tight and has the lowest boom or thump compared to all other headphones here. Though the low frequencies have enough details and texture to them, the volume level is another thing that is lower than other headphones. So bass lovers might be a little bit disappointed. And also, if you are a bit older like me, then you probably would struggle to hear some of the intricate details if you want to do critical listening with the Beoplay H95. In the end, I think it will come down to personal preference. There are no losers or winners here. All the headphones are unique in their own way and has their own strengths and weaknesses. Based on just sound quality, I'm sure you will fall in love with either one of them. For me, I personally used the Beoplay H95 for a long time before I got my hands on the Bathys, simply because they are louder. And nowadays, I usually use the Edifier Stax S3 for critical listening over the 3.5mm jack if I'm home because of their ability to produce sound with close to zero distortion. But that's it from me today, guys. Please let me know what your thoughts are on these headphones and what would you pick on the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, then please like, share and subscribe. This is Nafis signing off till next week. Peace.